Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you a story. It is from the 1001 Night, and it is the story or the tale of the merchant and the demon. By the way, my name is Angelo Valoroso from BSED 2-2 English. But before we begin to the story itself, let's have first the introduction of the story or the brief background of the story. This story is part of 1001 Nights. It is a collection of Middle Eastern, Indian, and Persian folk tales, and it is compiled during an Islamic golden age. So it is in an Islamic age era. And this story is passed down orally, which means it have no specific author, which is only a compilation, and it is passed down orally before being written in Arabic. So it was orally traditional story, and it is being passed down from one generation to another, and it is now written in Arabic. And this tale is the tale of the merchant and the demon is a frame story. So what is a frame story? A frame story is a story within a story. So it is a frame story within 1001 Night. So 1001 Night is also known as Arabian Nights. So take note of that. And in this story, in this tale of the merchant and the demon, a merchant faces an unjust death at the hands of a dead demon, and it explores fate, justice, and the power of storytelling to influence one's destiny. And it is a collection, and it is framed by the story of Scheherazade. And this Scheherazade is the one who tells these tales to the King Sharar to postpone her execution. So what the reason why this story are being evolved or being exist is that it has a historical background wherein killings or persecution during these times, and specifically in Arabs, were being take place. This Scheherazade tells a story to delay his persecution, and it told the story from the King Sharar. Yeah. So that's it. And now let's have first the character analysis. So we have here the first character, which is the merchant. The merchant is a wealthy man, and he is also an honest man, which is respect his word. That is why he returned to face his fate to the demon during his persecution. So the second character is the demon, or in other story, this demon is named Genie, and this genie have the characteristic of being a supernatural being and seeks revenge for his son's death. And you can encounter that eventually it is saved by storytelling. So the three old man is also in the story, which is these three old mans have told their stories from their personal lives and experience. Later, it is being told. Okay. So the setting of the story. So the settings of the story is from the vast desert. It is a landscape where the merchant stops to rest under a tree, or so basically it have the desert with a tree. So This kind of setting creates a sense of mystery and wonder. So that is the setting of the tale of the demon and the merchant. So we will use the Fretags method or strategies to tell to you the story of this, and it have exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So now let's the story itself of the tale of the merchant and the demon. Let's start with the exposition. There is a merchant who travels from distant land. He travel for trade, and he carry a goods and valuables. And in his traveling, he saw a tree and he decided to rest from there. And he saw a food, dates, and it is a food from the Arabian, and he ate that. And he unknowingly offended a powerful demon. The demon said that he killed his son. He accused the merchant that he kills his son with a dead pit, and the demon and punishment from the merchant is the life as punishment, or the merchant will die. The merchant pleads for his life, but the demon refused to listen. Desperately, the merchant begs for 1 year to settle his affair, and said the merchant he want to say, at least to say goodbye to his wife and to his family. And surprisingly, the demon agrees to the deals and warning him to return at the appointed time, what it is within 1 year. What do you think what will happen next? In the story of 1001 Night and this tale itself, it is being told to a king, and it is being suspense, and this suspense, as I've said earlier, leads to his delaying of his persecution or his death. So let's now have the climax to know what is the story. What will happen next. A year later, the merchant true to his word, so he came back. So that I said, he is an honest man, and returned to the demon, and he is ready to accept his fate. He awaits his doom from that tree, from that place. When the 3 old men arrived, so these 3 old men have accompanied the hope of strange creature. The first old man told about his wife turned into a deer, and the second old man told about his two brother turned into a dogs, and the third old man told us stories about his wife turned into a mule. So that's basically a different story. So that is why it is called a frame story, because a story within a story. So they offered to tell the demon their own incredible tales, hoping to move him to mercy. So now let's go to the rise falling action. One by one, the 3 men share their extraordinary stories, each more astonished than the last. So the demon, what happened is that the demon captivated by their tales and agrees. The demon agrees now to release a portion of the merchant punishment with each stories. And by the end, the demon is impressed by the three old men stories, and they made him ponder. They made him reflect from the actions he have. So we'll go into the resolution. So what happened in the resolution is that demon moves by the three old men stories. Wow! And decide to spare the merchants completely. So now the merchant is free and grateful from his unexpected salvation. The merchant thanks the three old men, and now that the merchant returned to his home safely with his wife and his family. So that's the end of the story. So upon reading this story, I identify the point of view, or the POV of the story. So the story is told or is written in the third person omniscient point of view, because it is evident, like using they, and allowing insights to multiple characters' thoughts and action. So now let's go to the themes. So here I identify several themes. So first, the tongue is mightier than the swords. It is very evident in the story, because they didn't use sword, or they didn't go into war to fix that situation, or to face that problem. And with communication, with peace talks or condition promises, they use that without using any harm or casualties, and that result from that. So it is better to, or the tongue is mightier than the sword. Yeah, it's really point. The second one is stories do not have changed the past, but they can rewrite the future. It's really in this story, because when the three old men told stories from the demon, we know that these stories cannot be changed because it is past. But this story can change the future, especially those who reads, those who listen from these stories. So they can rewrite the future. That's it. The third one is even faith lessons when reason speaks with wisdom. So they use the story, or it is something like it is a wise decision to use these stories, because it is a wisdom, and this wisdom, even faith listens to that, because it have a reason, it is justifiable. That's it. And the faith, even faith listens when reason speaks with wisdom. And the last one is a well-told story can melt a heart of a stone. So in this story, it is being said, and where in the situation of the demon is having mercy from the merchant, and it is this story is being well told, and it really changed and the mind and the heart of the demon. And it is also applicable in the classroom, wherein the teacher prepares a lesson plan from the story from a story, and then they will use strategies and methods approach to teach from the students. And really, that with well told stories, this can be a good platform, or a good strategies to really learn. The student will really learn from these stories, and really that is the point of this. A well told story can melt the heart of a stone. So let's go to the figurative language. So first, I have identified here the hyperbole when in the demon say that you have killed my son and now I must kill you in return. But the reason from this action or this word is that it's like at small actions that even the merchant didn't unintentionally do that, or even the merchant didn't really know what happened, and and the demon reacts with extremely range, like it's an exact way, and declaring that the merchant must die. But it's like a small reason. It's like not the not a big reason at all. So it's hyperbole. It's being exag or extremely range. And second one is the metaphor, and when a man is turned into a bull as punishment by his wife. And this transformation represents fate and retribution, showing how action leads to consequences beyond control. So there is a metaphor here wherein even how whatever small big your actions, even bad or good, have these consequences, and lead to the punishment of a man's wife. So that's it. So the third one is the personification. I have identified it in the story as a figurative language, that when the demon said, I am vengeance itself and I will have justice. So rather than being just a character of this demon, it personifies vengeance, and this makes him a symbolism of merciless justice. And I think that would be enough explanation for that. So now let's go symbolism. So first is the deep pit, and it represents an entity's consequences and fate and predictability. Yeah, as I've said earlier, that this kind of food or the date pits is very known for Arabians, where the farm that or the plants that they planted that. So but in this story, this symbolizes fate unpredictable, because even the small action, the big actions or small actions that a merchant do is have these consequences, and it is unpredictable. Yeah. And the three old man's stories are really that it is wisdom, yes, and because they use that to teach or to show mercy, to have mercy, the demon to have mercy from the merchant, and the power of storytelling, and the power of storytelling to change destiny. That is very evident from the story, wherein they use that story, its experience, to change the destiny of the merchant. And lastly, we have the demon or genie, named Genie, and it is embodied fate and supernatural justice. So that's it. Before I end, I have here a trivia. So, did you know that the story appears in the oldest preserved manuscript and is one of the core stories of the Arabian Nights? Yes, now you know. And the first complete printed edition of 1001 Nights in Arabic was published in 1835. Yes, by Al-Matba'a Al-Kubra in Bula, a district of Cairo. So this edition serves as a basis for many later 19th and 20th century edition and translation, and this serves as a compilation of all the stories. Yeah. So that's all from my report from the tale of the merchant and the demon, and I hope that you really learn a lot from this story because it is very beautiful stories, and it has a moral stories that you have to really can apply in our lives, and especially when we are teaching, when we are teachers, to really use effectively and use the stories to teach our lessons from our students. Thank you for listening, and that's all. Thank you.